Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we'll be going over Sundial Growers Inc., ticker symbol SNDL. Now we're going to be going over some massive legalization news on the state and federal level, as well as decriminalization news for flower in the United States. We'll also be going over some short interest news on SNDL and why I think this has continuously pushed this stock down and kept it from increasing. So that is something to be aware about as well. So if you have any interest in Sundial Growers Inc., this is something that you are definitely going to want to stick around and hear more about. But before we get into any of that, if you enjoy this content, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos. And I also have my Webull linked down below where we can both get 2 stocks up to $1,800. So if you want to help support this channel as well as get some money in your own pocket, please use that link if you plan on using the Webull platform. But getting right into this daily chart here on Sundial, we can see there's just been a lot of consolidation, just a lot of back and forth, a lot of kind of barcoding going on. We can see we're still trading below the 50 EMA. However, we are still well above the 200 EMA, and we're still kind of right in the middle on our RSI indicator to kind of give you guys an idea of where we're going. And a little later in the video, we'll be hitting some technical analysis completely on this naked chart. So we'll be hitting that pretty hard in this video at the end. But let's get right into this news here. We have New York just legalized flower. So New York is the 15th state to legalize flower. You can see Governor Cuomo here. So we have here beginning at the article, New York on Wednesday legalized flower with the legislature passing a bill and Governor Andrew Cuomo signing it into law. Under the law, people 21 and older will be able to grow and use flower. The state will also set up a regulated legal flower market with new tax revenues directed to education, drug treatment and prevention and communities disproportionately hurt by the war on drugs. And it will automatically expunge people's criminal records of flower offenses that are no longer illegal. So this kind of bill has been in the works for some time now that we have been covering on this channel. And now on Wednesday, we finally got it passed, and New York will now become the 15th state to legalize flower recreationally, as well as expunge a lot of offenses related to the drug as well. So there's also a lot of other states that will be discussing this as well. We have states like New Mexico, Virginia, and Illinois. And Illinois, like New York, is also going to be a massive, massive market. These are multi-billion-dollar markets, with New York being a huge state, as well as Illinois having Chicago. So there will be a lot of revenue to be earned in this industry, and we will surely see this in the stock price as revenues start to get increased and the states kind of roll out this legalization bill. And we will definitely see stocks in the industry, the flower industry, similar to SNDL, rise, and with those other stocks in the industry rising as well, SNDL will also see a push up. But going to a federal, we come over here, we see Schumer pushes Senate on flower laws as states leap ahead. So this will be discussions about federal. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is pushing the Senate toward lifting the federal prohibition on flower with legislation that would represent the biggest overhaul of federal drug policy in decades. The bill that Schumer is drafting with Senate Finance Chair Ron Wyden of Oregon and New Jersey Senator Cory Booker is still being written. Though they avoided the term legalization when announcing their plan, it is expected to remove flower from the list of controlled substances and tax and regulate it on the federal level, while leaving states able to enforce their own laws regarding the drug. So this is obviously going to be very, very big for the industry, and especially SNDL, who is a Canadian producer. So that is very important for them. And a lot of you have been wondering, with this legalization news in the United States, how does this affect a Canadian flower producer? So to answer that question, they will not be allowing distribution into the specific states of flower. However, if there is a total overhaul federal decriminalization, we could see this change. And even still, with just these states being legalized, there is a lot of accessories that SNDL sells in the United States for flower. So this will definitely see those revenues increase for that with the accessories. And with all this legalization news, we will just see all of the stocks in this industry increase along with it. Even SNDL being a Canadian flower stock, this whole industry is going to increase, and like the term says, a rising tide floats all boats. So SNDL being a penny stock will be much easier to get gains out of than those even larger stocks such as Tilray, CGC Capital as well. So that is something to be aware of as well. With this total legalization, we will definitely see SNDL rise along with it. Going into this short interest and why I think that it has been consistently pushing SNDL down, if we go over here to Fintel, we can see that their short volume ratio is around 32%. So this is pretty consistent for SNDL, and it is what is pushing it down even with this news of legalization. We can see if we go to the past of the short volume ratio, we can see it's consistently above 20, just consistently pushing it down. And every time we do get an increase in share price, like we saw a couple of days ago, then we get an increase of short volume ratio as well. So this is why we keep seeing, even as in the days that we see SNDL go up, the flow is just continuously being shorted. So that is what you will see. And this is something to monitor if you are in this stock. As it increases or decreases, you will see the short volume ratio reflect that as well. So going back, let's hit this chart. Let's hit some clean technical analysis, help you guys make some better trades on this and manage your risk on those trades. So this is going to be very, very important that you guys follow along with this. I believe this is the best value that I provide in these videos is this technical analysis. So we can see we have a pretty heavy range in this area. We have not been able to break out of it. We're going to be on the daily chart. So this will be looking at some pretty heavy support and resistance lines on the daily chart. You can see here we are stuck right in this trading. We try to come up above the 50 EMA here. However, heavy resistance on the 50 EMA, and we continuously have been getting shorted. So we'll be looking as price comes down. Hopefully we'll be rejecting off the support once again to continue and try to retest this resistance here. And what we want to see to kind of break out of this kind of consolidation is a break of the 50 EMA as well as the resistance that we just drew up here at 129. Now, coming out of that, we'll be wanting to kind of break out of this resistance right around here. I think is a good place to put it. So we have price in past price action using this as a resistance line. We come here, we break it. However, we reject right back out of it. So be very wary of this resistance here at 162. And the next one that I will be charting will be about right here. Now, there's not a lot of price action in this area. However, we can see price wicks up here and also rejects off of this as well in the next candle. So this is something to be aware about in this area at 228. Very, very heavy resistances. And if price does come below this support, we will be using this wick here as our next area of support. You can see it tests it here in the previous price action, as well as we get an empty wick coming down to here. Now, be very careful if this does come back because there is strong rejections out of this area. So if it does, we be sure to wait for candle closes in these areas to show confirmations. As you can see, empty wicks show strong rejections out of this. Let's hit the 30-minute to kind of hit on some shorter term trades on SNDL if you guys plan on doing that. However, I would like to say be very, very careful as Sundial is a very volatile stock. It's a very volatile penny stock, and I am not a financial advisor. Everything I do and say on this channel is educational and entertainment purposes only. So please, please, guys, do your own due diligence on these stocks. Do not just solely listen to me. Please trade based on your own opinions. But you can see here we are still below this 50 EMA. So this is an area that I would like to chart as a resistance line. As you can see here, we've been kind of following this down. And even when we did get this run up to 120, this short interest definitely kept pushing us down. So hopefully we can use this also as a support. You can see these candles came here, rejected off this area, and hopefully we can use this as well. And then in the long run as another resistance at 120, we can see we definitely rejected off of this area as well. So what I'll be kind of looking for is anything to come up above the 50 EMA. You'll be looking for strong confirmation. So green candles closing above this on the 30-minute. this is what you'll be doing at that time. You'll be taking a buy order at that time. So anything above in this area, strong confirmations to be above this resistance, and the 50 EMA will show you confirmations to be bullish. And then you'll be taking your first partial profit at 120. Reducing your overall position at that time with stops just below the support line here, just in case price does not go our way, and we will take us out just below the support line, because that will be showing us that we will have bearish confirmations. So we do not want to be in the trade at all at that time. Now, just to touch on something for risk management, as price continues to move up and we hit closer to our first price target, I definitely recommend moving stops to break even. So whatever your entry point was, to ensure if price does come back down, you are taking at least break even, and you will not lose any money. So that is super important. But as price does come up to our first price target, that is where you'll be taking your first partial profit to ensure some gains on this trade and moving to your next price target at 128. Price will then be at the next support, and you'll be trailing your stop loss either as a percentage of your overall position or whatever you're really willing to lose at that time. So just be aware of that. This is whatever you are willing to give up in this trade. And then as price comes up to here, you'll be taking another partial profit, and you'll also be trailing your stop loss at that time, moving it up to break even or even above it to ensure more gains. But that is all the information I had for you guys on Sundial Growers Inc., ticker symbol SNDL. If you enjoyed this content, found some value in it, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos. And I also have my Webull link down below. If you want to pick up some free stocks, please use that. But as always, guys, I hope you have an excellent day, get some gains in the market, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.